Hey there, movie fans. Welcome to the Blues of July 2020. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to 101 Bronson, a fellow Dutchman and a fellow physical media collector. He's a very nice guy with a great taste in movies, and he recently made 2 videos where he shows his personal top 20 of favorite spaghetti westerns. And I'm jealous that he can do that. I cannot do a top 20 or 50 or whatever of favorite movies. Many people ask me to do something like that, but I can't. You know, I tried it many times, but I just cannot do it. But I do have to say that I agree with his number 1 pick. Anyway, go check him out and subscribe to 101 Bronson. And another shout out goes to Once Upon a Time in Spaghetti Westerns, which is a podcast hosted by 2 big fans of the genre, Jay Jennings and Tom Batts. They have a live podcast every Friday, and they've done 11 so far, and I've only seen the first 2. I'm running behind, I know, I'm way behind. But I've seen the first one a couple of times, and where they reveal their top 20 of most obscure spaghetti westerns, and it's great. You know, these guys really know their classics. It's very informative, very insightful, and definitely recommended if you love Italian and other European westerns. You'll find the link of the channel below in the description, along with the link of 101 Bronson's channel, of course. So go check them out and subscribe. Speaking of spaghetti westerns, I have a small stack of Italian goodness here, starting off with the German DVD of Il Pistolero dell'Ave Maria, aka Gunman of Ave Maria, but it's best known as The Forgotten Pistolero. And I thought it was terrific. Terrific film. Tom Batts calls it an overlooked gem, and I absolutely agree. The soundtrack by Roberto Pregadio and Franco Michelici is very beautiful. Certainly one of the best I've ever heard, and very reminiscent to Ennio Morricone. Directed by the highly underrated Ferdinando Baldi, who also made Viva Django, aka Django Prepare Coffin, Rita of the West, Hate Thy Neighbor, and one of my all-time spaghetti favorites, Blind Man. And he's also the director of Texas Audio, which I got from the recent Arrow sale. I already have this on Blu-ray. You know, it's the bonus film on the Arrow limited edition of Django, but I wanted to get the separate release as well. The next one is a good film too, Pistoleros. This is the German title. In Italian it's All'ombra di una colt, and in English it's known as In a Colt's Shadow. It's an Italian western with an American approach, which is not uncommon in the early years of spaghetti westerns, with yet another Morricone-esque score, wonderfully composed and conducted by Nico Videnko. And this is the directorial debut of screenwriter and journalist Gianni Grimaldi. And the picture quality of this Blu-ray looks absolutely stunning. You know, very clean and pristine, and yeah, wonderful release and a fine film. Pistoleros. This is Il Tempo degli Avvoltoi. Il Tempo degli Avvoltoi. Or Last of the Bad Men, with spaghetti regulars George Hilton, Frank Wolf, and Eduardo Fajardo. Spanish actor who played Major Jackson in Django. I still have yet to see this one, but this looks like a pretty good movie. Yep. And I haven't checked out this movie yet either. Garingo with Anthony Stephen and Peter Lee Lawrence. It's limited to 1,000, but I don't know what my number is because it doesn't say here. There's nothing on here. So maybe I can fill in a number myself. Anyway, there's also a booklet along with the DVD and Blu-ray. Yeah, very, very nice. And finally I have Un fiume di dollari, which means a river of dollars, but is best known as The Hills Run Red. Starring 3 American actors, Thomas Hunter, Henry Silver, and Dan Duryea. I believe Hunter only made 2 Italian westerns. This one and Tre Pistole contro Cesare, aka Dead Walks in Laredo. And he also wrote an autobiography called Memoirs of a Spaghetti Cowboy. And this is a very decent movie. Produced by the legendary Dino De Laurentiis. Directed by Carlo Lizani, who is responsible for another excellent western called Requiescat. Music by the aforementioned Ennio Morricone, who is no longer with us, unfortunately. I know he was 91 years old, and that's a very respectable age, of course. But to me, it feels like he left us too soon. Anyway, from The Hills Run Red to The Hills Run Red. I'm very, very happy that this has gotten a Blu-ray release, and even happier that it was put out by Scream Factory. Looking forward to revisit this underrated slasher, which I'm going to do in October. Get ready to meet a new horror icon, Babyface. You know, it's a great character, you know, and he, excuse me, he definitely deserves his own franchise. But I think it will never become a franchise, or else we would have had 1 or 2 sequels by now, right? But anyway. And here's another Scream Factory release. Escape from LA. Not as good as Escape from New York, in my humble opinion. John Carpenter would disagree. He said in an interview that this is 10 times better than the first one, and that's his opinion, of course. But no, it's very entertaining. Even Carpenter's weakest movies are entertaining, and you know, Snake Plissken is one of the coolest characters in film history. You know, the original idea was to make a Snake Plissken trilogy, and the third and final part would be titled Escape from Earth, but unfortunately it will never happen. It remains a duology instead of a trilogy. Next is True Lies. I was hoping for years that there would be a Blu-ray release someday, but I was just tired of waiting, so I picked up this German DVD for quite cheap. I got it for almost €2, which is practically for nothing. And I did know about the Spanish Blu-ray, but I've been told that it is a bootleg or a DBR, so I didn't look further into that. However, after I received this DVD, I went online and googled True Lies Blu-ray just to see if there's any information about a future Blu-ray release that I might have missed. And I came across this forum I believe it was Blu-ray.com. I didn't really pay much attention to the website. And they were talking about the Spanish Blu-ray, and the ones who picked it up said it looks and sounds really good. So I was tempted, and I ordered a copy from Amazon.es, the Spanish Amazon, for 12-13 euros, which is a very decent price. And here it is. This is the Spanish Blu-ray. And whether it's legit or not, I mean, I don't believe this is a DBR, or else the color of this disc would have been purple, right? But anyway, it does look good, but it can look better. You know, a 4K restoration would be most welcome. But until that time, if that time will ever come, that is, this is a great alternative. And at least it looks better than the DVD. And the movie itself is fantastic. You know, definitely one of my all-time favorite Arnie movies. And the special effects still looks great today. You know, the practical effects and the miniature models, and that amazing action sequence with the Harrier jet at the end. It still holds up very well. Richard Jewell, the latest by Clint Eastwood. I thought it was better than expected. Stellar performances. You know, Paul Walter Hauser, who plays the title role, is terrific. And originally Jonah Hill was supposed to portray him, and I'm sure he would have done a good job. But Hauser looks a lot like the real Richard Jewell. And Leonardo DiCaprio was the first choice to play the lawyer, but Sam Rockwell took over, and he's excellent too. So yeah, good film. But there is one scene that Eastwood should have left out, and that is the Macarena scene. Big no-no. Big no-no. Next is I See You, and you know, every now and then there's a certain movie where the less you know about it, the better. This is one of those movies. It's full of twists and turns, and you'll be more surprised by them if you know nothing about the movie. And that's all I'm going to say. One thing I do want to say is that the soundtrack by William Arcane is brilliant. I took advantage of the Arrow Summer Camp sale and purchased 5 titles. I showed this one earlier, Texas Audio. And the next one is The Major and the Minor, a lovely rom-com by Billy Wilder. This is his first American film as a director. Here we have Kostolyov, My Car, a Russian film I heard good things about. You know, the black and white photography looks very nice, and if you're a regular viewer, you know that I'm a sucker for black and white cinematography. Here's a classic, Porky's. This is the one that started the whole, you know, teen sex comedy rage in the 1980s. And the last Arrow title is The Dead Center, a solid little supernatural thriller. Not everyone's cup of Earl Grey, but I liked it. I picked up the complete Lindsay Baker giallo collection from Severin, and as you can see here, there is a dent in the corner, which is a damn shame. But there are no damages on the keep cases and Blu-rays, so that's a good thing. But obviously, I'm not very happy with the dent here, and I didn't want to pay full price for it. You know, I mean, when you buy something online, you want to receive it safe and sound, right, without any damages. So I contact Amazon, and there were a few options I could choose from, and one of them was to keep the item and get a partial refund, and that's what I've chosen. But Amazon replied and said they have arranged a replacement, and I didn't ask for that, so I contacted them again and said I don't want a replacement. And long story short, I did get partial refund, and I got the replacement as well. So I got one for half price and one for free. And for those who are wondering what I'm going to do with the replacement, I've already promised it to Carlos, Eastwood for Life fans. So Carlos, this is coming your way ASAP. Unfortunately, there is a little dent here as well, and here too. But the Blu-rays are intact and perfectly fine, and that's what matters the most, right? Anyway, let's take a look at the contents of my copy of this otherwise very nice release from Severin. The first one is Orgasmo. These are 4 films that were directed by Umberto Lenzi and stars Hollywood legend Carol Baker. Orgasmo. This one also comes with the soundtrack CD there. The second one is So Sweet, So Perverse. This one also has soundtrack on CD. A Quiet Place to Kill. And the fourth and last collaboration between Lenzi and Baker is Knife of Ice. Yeah, very, very nice release, despite the little dent here. And last but not least, I got this gorgeous set from Everything Blue of Spartacus. And look at this. Everything is just embossed or debossed or whatever you want to call it. This is very glossy, as you can see. Yeah, look at that. That looks amazing. And up here as well, you got these, looks like coins in a way, with the names and the faces of the actors: Gene Simmons, Tony Curtis, Kirk Douglas, Laurence Olivier, and Peter Ustinov. And here as well. And here's my number, by the way, 191 out of 500. Here's the card as well. Yeah. Very, very beautiful. I mean, Everything Blue, they certainly know how to please the collectors, us collectors, physical media collectors, This is absolutely gorgeous. So you got the steelbook here. Also with some art cards, and you got the 4K Blu-ray and the regular Blu-ray. And you got some little extras in here as well. Oh. Let me give you a quick look at the contents of this little bag. This, I believe, is the little picture book. That's Charles Lawton, by the way. There's Stanley Kubrick there with Kirk Douglas. Woody Strode. Yeah, very, very nice little booklet. And here's a little envelope. And there are some more art cards there. Yeah, I believe that's it. Yeah, very, very beautiful indeed. A beautiful set once again from Everything Blue. Oh, almost forgot. There's a little poster as well. If I can get it out. Here it is. Vintage Arts Series. Yeah, very nice. So yeah, great set from Everything Blue of Spartacus. And that is it for my July update. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're all safe and well. Anyway, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.